All right, this is my Williams Black Knight. This is an excellent, fast Steve Ritchie game. This particular one has got a fantastic playfield. It's got what looks like some vintage Mylar over the playfield. If you take a look at this, you can see that this is cut to size Mylar. This isn't like a kit piece of Mylar that you would see on something that was a little bit newer. But there's Mylar protecting the high wear areas here, as well as some even older Mylar that's going around the pumps there. Not pumps, the slings. The plastics are all good. I've converted this over to LED lighting. You can see we've got the lovely yellow Titan rubbers in here. This all works. The bell on the inside works, so you get that high score, you have a multiplayer game, the bell's going to go off. I've got some new instruction cards in there, the original manuals inside. This particular Black Knight has got the, what do you call it? I bought a new back glass. This is a CPR back glass. It's essentially brand new. It works fantastic. I took off the glass so you can see it better, but the Playfield glass sheet that I have in here is brand new. The displays are all original and all work well. And if you look in here, you can see we have a Weebly board for the CPU and for the power driver and for the light. So this power supply board is the only original board that's in here. I did not recap this, but it looks like somebody else has in the past. Looking at this board, if you don't know what a Weebly board is, it's basically a modern remanufactured board. So the electronics that are powering this thing are maybe a couple of years old instead of, what is this game, like 44 years old, like the rest of the game. It's got LEDs throughout, with the exception of these couple of controlled lights in the back glass, and I can throw on a couple extra LEDs if you want to just switch those out. And I dropped my back glass trim. Give me just a second here. As far as issues with the game, it's been pretty much rock solid for me. The only things I've had to mess with a little bit, I've adjusted the drop targets switches a little bit. The game plays 100%. Get this in here real quick. When you're playing, for whatever reason, this one controlled light underneath the right-hand bottom side 3-bank here blinks constantly, whether or not you've actually knocked the targets down or they're available to be lit. But that doesn't actually affect gameplay. So Black Knight is a really fun game. If you've never played this before, it's one of the first games with speech. It's a great old Steve Ritchie game. It's got really great rules. You punch a ball, comes up from the top, and you saw I just hit those targets there. Okay. The main goal in the game is to hit these timed drop targets. So if I hit a drop target, it's going to sit there and there's going to be a countdown timer. And then it'll reset. You have to hit these targets, all 3 of them, before the target can reset. There's 4 sets of 3 drop targets in here. And what you want to do is you want to knock these guys all down, which is much easier to do with the glass off. You knock those guys down. As you knock these things down, these magnet saves get lit. This is a really neat feature. On the side of this, you can see I've got 2 buttons. So, I've got 4 flippers, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. But if I come over here and hit the magnet save button, you have these really strong magnets that are really strong and can actually pull it out of drain light. This is the blue light I was talking about that always flashes. So as you knock these down, it relights those magnesaves. And those magnesaves are super strong. Like, it'll grab it from way down here. You have a couple of features on the inlanes. The right inlane lights your spinner over here on the left for big points. The flippers on this are nice and snappy, so you can make the ramp, if I can hit it, there we go, from the bottom, which you can't do on all of these. You're supposed to be able to. Let's see, we've got the countdown timer over here on the left. I gotta adjust these a little bit, but this does work. I've got one flaky light socket here, and I have had to go in and adjust the leaf switches under this one. I'm still dialing that particular one in. You hit all the drop targets on the top. See, there we go, that worked just fine that time. But not that time. There we go, all three of them. So if you hit all the drop targets on the bottom 3 times each, or all the ones on the top 3 times each, up here on the left, you've got an extra ball on the spinner. You can hear that bell, wake up your friends, your family. It's got a lovely pop bumper up here for some randomness. If you hit all the ones on the top and on the bottom, and you knock them all down, I think 6 times instead of 3 times, it's going to light a, what do you call it? It's going to light a, what's it called? I want to say it lights, oh yeah, it lights an extra ball down there on the bottom instead. Extra ball. You see a little light shade. Another thing you can do, this has got a 3-ball multi-ball with some really great rules. You can hit a ball into the lock by hitting it off this flipper up here, or if you hit it off the plunge, a lot of times you can hit it off of the right flipper, and it does tend to bounce in there off of that pop bumper quite frequently. And when you do that, it lights your 3-ball it does a 3-ball multi-ball with some great rules, and that when you have 3 balls in play, scores are tripled. 2 balls in play, scores are doubled. You got these triple and double score lights down here, which is neat. You're constantly building up your bonus, and you can hit bonus multipliers by shooting into that loop. You see I'm at 3x now, I shoot it in there again, goes up to 4x, shoot up there again, goes to 5x. So this mystery light here is this switch here, which gives a random value. Spinnerlet. You can see those classic old Williams sounds, and just watch the score go nuts with one of these, if I can hit it. You got 4 players here. When you have more than 2 players, the last player gets whoever has the highest score gets a bonus ball. So I drain one, it went down to 2x. I'll drain the other one, it'll go back to regular score. And I'll drain this, it'll go to a regular countdown, which it'll do a bunch of times because we got that 5x. Let's see here. I'm trying to think about what else there is to say about this game. I mean, this is a really nice condition Black Knight. I mean, if you wanted to go nuts, you could do a Playfield swap, but there's nothing wrong with this. I mean, you've got a tiny little bit of wear where the ball ejects when you launch it. There's a tiny little bit down here by the right out lane. Tiny little bit by the light spinner that's been painted black. You do have this lock that was added in back in the day on the fret. The new back glass over there with the lift channel makes it a little bit tight getting it in and out of there. You've got all your standard Williams stuff in here. You can see that bell over there on the left is what you're hearing. It doesn't come with it, but you can hook one of these up to a powered subwoofer, which I've done here for that really low Fight the Black Knight thing. But really cool pin. Quick. That's around here.